welcome to the English class of grade 8. Today we are doing comprehension and vocabulary section of unit 4, reading section 2. Are you ready? Okay. If you are ready, please come closer to the screen and be ready with your textbook and whatever necessary materials you need, please come with that. Okay, my dear students. Before beginning the class, let me ask you one question. Have you ever written a diary entry? Great. Then if you have written, what did you write in it? Great. Okay. We write our inner expression. We write our feelings and emotions in our diary, isn't it? Good. So today the lesson we are doing is also related to the similar thing. Okay. So let me present you the slide. Can you see the picture over there? Good. So, please tell me, what did you see in the picture? That's good. You saw a diary, isn't it? You saw a picture of a diary entry. Okay. Now, here's a question for you. Why do you think people write a diary entry? Can you guess? Good. People write a diary entry for expressing their feelings and emotions and for recording of the day-to-day events. Something significant is recorded in our diary, isn't it? Okay. So, you can see there, they write diary. We write diary for expressing our thoughts and emotions, and diary writing has some benefit, It improves our writing skills and also preserves the memories. So, isn't it a good idea to write a diary? Okay. So, are you going to write a diary from today? Good. You need to write a diary, okay? That improves your writing skill. Basically, it improves your writing skill and it makes you it makes you someone that diary can become someone with whom you can share your experience and your feelings, personal feelings, right? The experience that you may not be able to share with someone else, you can share that feelings in your diary. So, it's a good friend of a human being. So, let us begin the class. So, students, let us begin our lesson. So, I hope you are ready with your textbook. Please turn to page number 45 of your textbook. See? Okay. Now, let me read a text for you. A diary entry. So, you can see in the beginning there is a date and day, okay, and the year also. So, whenever we write a diary, we mention the day we write it, the time as well as the year, okay, because it is a record for our personal experience. Similarly, in your text also there is a mentioning of the year and then day and then time. Generally, we write diary in the evening time before going to bed, because throughout the day we experience different kinds of things, and then at the end we need to keep a record of that in our diary. So, let us begin the text now. Dear diary, brought up in the Western world, I was unaware of Nepal before. But as soon as I heard about Nepal, I could not stop myself visiting here. Fortunately, the long-awaited day came in 2022. Okay, students. So, can you guess the meaning of fortunately? Yes, fortunately means luckily. The person who is writing a diary is telling that a lucky day came for him in 2022 because it was a long-awaited day. Waited since long time ago. In 2022, that he got a chance to visit in Nepal, and it is a happy moment for him, isn't it? So, where was he actually born? Good. He was actually born in Western world. So, he is not a Nepali. His experience is unique in Nepal. That's why he has recorded a diary, okay? Now, let us go to the second paragraph. Today, I went to a Nepali village located in Thading district from Kathmandu. My day started very early in the morning. I was very excited. I traveled with my Nepali friend on an old bus at 7 a.m. in the morning. So what was the time they began their journey? Yes, it was 7 a.m. in the morning. The bus was decorated with colorful images. It traveled along bumpy and windy roads, and I nearly fell off my seat a few times. See? So how was the road? The writer was traveling, and how was the road? It was bumpy as well as windy. So what is bumpy? Bumpy is a surface that is uneven, okay? It has ups and downs. So what happens when you travel in a bumpy road in a vehicle? We feel that we are jumped off and we are going to fall off from our seat, isn't it? Good. So the road was windy also. Windy means it has many twists and turns. Later, two young boys jumped into the bus with instruments and played Nepali songs. I gave them 50 rupees because they made me feel close to the Nepali community. I would have given them more money if I had any to spare. Now the diary writer says that some of the boys came into the vehicle. That was also a new experience for him. And he was quite happy with that experience because those boys played instruments, a kind of musical instrument, okay? And they also played Nepali songs, and the writer gave them 50 rupees because why? Why did the writer give the boys 50 rupees? Okay, it's because the boys made him feel close to the Nepali community by singing and by playing musical instruments. And he says that I would have given them more money if I had anything to spare. See, the writer is happy, no? Happy with the boys. And he was probably quite impressed by the talent of the boys in playing the instruments. So he gave him how many rupees? Good, he gave him 50 rupees. Okay. Now, my dear students, let us move to the next paragraph. Okay, see, actually, I am showing you the image of bumpy road, okay? Then I will move to the next paragraph. See what the bumpy road looks like. You can see in the picture, it has ups and downs. It has holes, okay? Similarly, you will see the picture of a windy road. Okay, this is windy road. It has twists and turns, okay? So, the writer, the diary writer traveled through bumpy roads as well as windy roads in the villages of Nepal. It was a unique experience for him. Now, let's move to the next paragraph. Okay, so we arrived in the main village near the river and walked up a steep hillside. Finally, we reached a smaller village. My friend's large extended family lived there. My friend's large extended family lived there. They were very friendly. They served me delicious lunch that included rice and curry in a traditional Nepali kitchen. Now, my dear students, can you tell me who served a delicious, that means tasty, lunch to the writer? Who served? Good. Actually, the writer was traveling with his Nepali friend and they had reached his friend's house in Nepal, the village, and then the family members served him delicious lunch. And what was in the lunch? It was rice as well as curry in a traditional Nepali kitchen. It was cooked in a traditional style in a Nepali kitchen, okay? So the writer says, I was happy to see life in a rural village and meet lovely people. I was introduced to the families of the village. He was introduced to the family members of the village, and I played football with the youngest child. He was good. I played football with the youngest child. He was good. See, the writer says that the youngest child whom he got the chance to play football with was good. He was impressed by the playing, of that child. I also had popcorn and dal for a snack in the afternoon. Actually, the writer is writing all these small details because these experiences are new for him. So we write some new significant things in our diary. So for us, eating popcorn and dal, it may not be something significant because we are born in a Nepali household and we eat that day to day, isn't it? But for someone from a foreign country, eating this type of snack, popcorn and dal, is a unique experience, and that's why he has noted down in his diary. So the writer says that he looked at the oxen, goats and stroked. Stroked means, he touched lightly with love the baby goat, and also enjoyed looking at the view from the top of the hill. Okay, Nepal actually is a beautiful country with many hills, hilly regions, right? So for someone from foreign country, looking from top of the hill was a unique experience. Okay, the view from there was charming. Charming means having attractive quality. It was beautiful, okay, which I cannot describe in words. See, the writer says that the view was so beautiful that he was unable to describe the beauty of the scenery in the words. Though I liked to stay longer, we had to return. Though I liked to stay longer, we had to return. We left the place at 3 p.m. bidding goodbye to all. So after enjoying the beauty of the place, after eating the delicious Nepali food, it was time for them to say goodbye to the family members. That's why they left at 3 p.m. Okay. Now let us move to the next paragraph. The journey back to Kathmandu was tiring. We walked down the hill from the village, which was hard. Okay. Tiring means what? Causing tiredness. It was quite tiring for the writer because he was probably not used to walking the hillside, and it was tiring because he had to walk down the hill from the village, and it was hard, it was difficult for him, right? There were very few public vehicles with lots of passengers inside, and it was again another new experience to the writer that in Nepali rural parts we can see so many passengers in a bus, and then they are just tightly packed, no, and the vehicles are very rare, maybe one or two in a day. Okay, just like that. That's why all of them were inside the bus, and the writer caught a bus that arrived on the main road. Soon I quickly found a vacant seat and sat. Now vacant seat means he found an empty seat, and then he sat there. I closed my eyes as we traveled and fell asleep for 10 minutes. Now, during his journey back to his home, he fell asleep for 10 minutes in the vehicle, in the bus. A man got onto the bus and played a musical instrument, which was interesting. Again, this time also, he found a man getting onto the bus and playing a musical instrument, and it was interesting for the writer. However, I could not understand the words, but the writer was unable to understand the words. Do you know why? Yeah, of course, you are right. It's because he is a foreigner and he will not understand Nepali songs. Okay, word by word he will not understand. That's why he says, I could not understand the words. I got off the bus and went to the supermarket on my way home to buy some bread and eggs. Now, as he was about to go to the room, he bought something from the supermarket. It was bread and eggs, probably for his dinner. If I did that again, I would buy a bar of chocolate to take home as a treat. I arrived home in the evening, ate an omelette with bread and got into bed early. I was really tired and sleepy. See, the writer has written each and every detail which is quite interesting for his experience in the diary. I write a diary every night so I can remember the amazing adventures I have had. I think I will start to write my diary during the day though, not just at night. I am always too tired to write. So in this paragraph, what does he say? Can you say, my dear students? Yes, he said that actually he felt that he should write a diary during the day because at the night time he is already too tired to write. Okay. Now the final paragraph. I had a wonderful day today. I will always remember the journey, the village, and meeting the family. In fact, the friendliness and support of Nepali people is really admirable. Admirable means respectable. Okay. So finally, he has a very good impression of Nepal and Nepali people. Now, my dear students, can you tell me who is the writer of this diary? Yes, you are right. The writer of this diary is a person named Neil. Okay. So this is a foreign name, and this diary altogether expresses his experience, unique experience of visiting to a rural part of Nepal. Okay. As I already said you, in a diary we write something significant, something memorable. Okay. We just generally do not write our day-to-day normal ordinary activities. Okay. We write something significant in it. Just like for this person Neil, the whole experience of visiting to Nepali village, eating Nepali food, and traveling in a bus which was tightly packed, and which traveling in that type of road which has bumps and then winding roads. It was a unique experience for the writer. Okay. My dear students, now it is time for us to do the exercise. So at first, let us move to the match the words with their meanings. Okay, my dear students, now it is time for you to guess. Can you guess the meaning of bumpy? Yes, you are right. Okay, you are very good students. Now let me show you the meaning of bumpy. Bumpy road, I told you, no, bumpy road which has different kinds of, which makes us, when we travel in a bumpy road, I told you that it makes us, fall off and on. We feel that we are about to fall off from the seat. So bumpy means some surface which is not even or smooth. Okay, it's full of ups and downs. Likewise, the second one. What is the meaning of rural? Good. Okay, rural means what? Okay, it is connected with or like the countryside. Countryside means village. Okay, rural means of the village. Similarly, charming is quite easy, isn't it? Its meaning is, what is the meaning? Yes, it is very pleasant or attractive. Similarly, can you guess the meaning of tiring? That's great. It is making you feel that you need to sleep or rest. It makes you tired. That type of experience is called tiring. Now steep. Okay, steep hills. This type of hill. Okay, steep hill means it has a very slopey surface, isn't it? Steep is related to a slope. Okay, it is raised slope. Similarly, the final one is admirable. What is admirable? Yes, it is deserving respect or excellence. Now, dear students, we are doing the exercise and it is time for us to do true and false section. Okay, I will show you certain sentences and you will have to say true or false. Okay, being based on the text I just taught you, and you need to write NG, means not given, if the information is not given in the text. If the information was not given in the diary, then you just write it NG. Now let's do the first one. This was Neil's very first visit to Nepal. Is it true or false? Okay, let me give you some hint. Okay, see, you can see here. He says that brought up in the Western world, I was unaware of Nepal before. Similarly, the writer also says that fortunately the long-awaited day came in 2022. That means it was Neil's first visit to Nepal. That means it is true. Okay, Let's move to question B. Good. Now, he visited the village together with his friend from England. So, is this true or false, or is this not given? Actually, there is no mentioning of someone from England, isn't it? Okay, let's see the hint. See, I was very excited. I traveled with my Nepali friend. So, he did not travel with someone from England. So, this one is false. Good. Now, again, let's move to question C. Neil did not like the music and song. What do you think about this statement? Is it true or false? It's easy, right? He has even given the money to the boys who played the instruments. It's because he liked the music and the songs. So, it is false. Okay. Similarly, let's move to next question. Okay. He admires the Nepali people. Admires means he praises. Okay. Is it true or false? Good. You can see the hint. You can see this word friendly. Okay. They were very friendly. That means he admires. Actually, he has told nothing about negative about Nepali people. So, he likes Nepali people. We can see that he has told that they are very friendly people. So, he likes Nepal. So, this is a true statement. Now, let's move to next. Neil never closed his eyes throughout his journey so that he could enjoy the scenery. What about this statement? My dear students, you must have remembered that while returning back from his trip, he has dozed off, isn't it? For about 10 minutes. See here, asleep for 10 minutes. I closed my eyes as we traveled and fell asleep for 10 minutes. That means this statement is quite wrong. So, it is false. Now, the next one. Neil is going back to his homeland in the near future. Is this information given in our diary? In our text? Okay, I don't think so. Okay, see here, I had a wonderful day. This section is the ending part of our diary and he doesn't mention anything about returning back to his homeland. Okay, so the answer is NG. That means it is not given. Okay, my dear students, we have completed true and false section. Now, let's move to question answers. Now, A. When did the writer visit a village in Thading? When was the time? Actually, in this question, when it is asked here when, then you have to write something about the time. Okay, let me provide you a hint. So, you can read this hint. You can see over here the year is given. Okay, so the writer visited a village in Thading in 2022. Next question. Why did the writer give some money to the boys on the bus? Okay, see. Actually, he gave some money to the boys on the bus because they played some songs and he liked the songs, and that song and that musical instrument, the music made him feel close to the Nepali community. He was happy. That's why he gave them some money. Let's move to question C. Was the journey to the village comfortable for the writer? Why? Okay. Now, what do you think about this question, my dear students? Can you remember? What does he say about the journey? Was it full of comfort or was it full of, different kind of new experiences? I mean, what does he mention about the, luxurious? Does he mention about the luxurious type of journey? Okay, see, you can see that he says that he traveled along the bumpy and windy roads. Okay, that means he feels that the road was not quite comfortable. Okay, you can say that in our answer we can say that no, the journey to the village was not comfortable for the writer because the road was bumpy and the writer nearly fell off his seat a few times. See, who wants to fall off from the seat when we are traveling? Nobody wants, isn't it? So this journey was quite memorable because it made him, probably he is going to fall off from the seat because of the condition of the road. Okay, my dear students, now let's move to question D. Why does the writer feel he needs to write diary during the day? Can you remember? Why does he say that he sometimes feels that he needs to write the diary during the day? Okay, let me provide you the hint. He says that at night I am just too tired to write. Okay, so the answer is the writer feels that he needs to write diary during the day because he feels too tired to write at night. Okay, now let's move to our next question. What did the writer like most about Nepal? Can you say? My dear students, can you say? What does he write most about Nepal? So you can say, you can see the hint and answer. If you have remembered, he says that Nepali people are friendly, Nepali food is also tasty. Okay, the support and friendliness of Nepali people is really admirable. So we can write like this: the writer liked the villages of Nepal, the friendliness of the Nepali people and their support the most. Okay, my dear students, we have completed the question answer section of our lesson. Now let's move to next question, which is surf the internet or search other sources and find an interesting diary entry. Share it with the class. Actually, your question itself has given you permission to surf the internet and search other sources and find some interesting diary entry, and you can share it with whatever you have found. You can share it with your friends. So I have brought you a sample diary, and it I'll show you one by one the parts. See what you can see in the beginning. This is 18th of Shravan 2080, Thursday time. Okay, what is this? Can you guess? Yes, there is date. We need to write a date and day and then time in the beginning section of our diary when we write it. Similarly, in this part, you can see the cursor over here. What do you think we need to mention when we write our diary? What things should we write during this part? In this part. Good. Actually, we write the activities of the day, just like why was the day special or memorable, and we also we can write down the experiences or feelings or our emotions we can express in this part. And especially we need to keep in mind that we just don't write the ordinary things. Okay, we write something significant in this part. Okay, in the diary entry itself we write something significant because it is a record for our future, right? So if we just write insignificant things like I drank a coffee or I went to school and I returned back, if we just write like these kind of things, then our diary does not become memorable to us. So in order to make our diary memorable, we have to write something which touches our heart. Okay, likewise at the final part we write the ending of the diary and we just do our signature. Okay, my dear students, in the mid part of the diary, what we do is we write some activities of the day, or why is it memorable, why the day is memorable, what about, we write about the experiences, feelings and emotions. For example, let me read this piece for you. Okay. Dear diary, like always, today I am again sharing my whole day's experience with you. Today, I am very happy because I got a great achievement today. Okay, see, the person who is writing a diary, this person Subigya, has noted something memorable, a great achievement. Okay, that is, our school had organized the dance competition between the students of grades 7 and 8. In the beginning, I was hesitant to participate, but my parents encouraged me and I took part. I am glad that I obeyed them. To my surprise, I was able to win first prize in the competition. So this is a significant moment for the writer, isn't it? That's why this diary has been created. I am very happy and thankful to my parents and to the organizers. This wonderful experience will always be remembered in my life. You can see the writer has not written ordinary things. Okay, the writer Subhigya has written something memorable, something about her achievement, about her, her happiness, her success. This type of event has made the day special for her. That's why it is memorable. Okay, so this type of something significant has been recorded in the diary. I have mentioned here the activities of the day and why was it memorable. You need to express that. Likewise, in the final part, you just say good night diary. Even though diary is a copy or of a kind of book, but you just communicate with the diary just like you do with your good friend, best friend, because this diary is something which has understood, which has patiently understood your pain, your sorrow, your happiness and your every emotions, isn't it? That's why sometimes we share our almost everything, every kind of experience with our diary, because sometimes we may not find a correct person to share. Diary is a very confident friend, isn't it? It does not share our feelings with other people without our permission. That's why we address our diary like dear diary or good night diary, like that. Okay, so in this way you end the diary with your signature. Now, my dear students, finally we have come to the assignment section. There is a home assignment for you. If you have clearly understood today's lesson, I hope you can write a piece of interesting diary. You must remember that you need to write a diary in first person. That means I. Okay, you do not write he, or you don't write Mr. something something. You just don't begin that way. You just write yourself as first person, telling that about yourself. Okay, I should be the person who writes the diary. And one thing you should remember in mind, one thing you must remember is that you try to be honest in your expression. That means you just don't decorate whatever you don't feel. Okay, this is the technique for diary writing, because it is a form of expressing our personal experience. Okay, there are some other forms of expressing our personal experience, such as personal narrative or letter, personal letter or travelogue or memoir or diary. Okay, so this type of text is usually used for expressing our feelings and emotions or personal experience. So, my dear students, we have completed our lesson today. How was the class? I hope you understood something from today's class. If so, I request you to come in my next class also. For today, thank you and namaste.